hardware and software. We all know it is working with an operating system. Last lesson we studied about the system software, right? So which operating system do we use? We use Windows. And in Windows, we have many versions. It is Windows 98, XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1 and 10. We are going to learn about Windows 10. First comes the features of Windows. First feature is easy user interface, which means it's very easy to use the Windows. For example, if I want to create a new folder, just by clicking a mouse, I can use it. So it is very user friendly. Second one, we can run this Windows on any hardware. Only one thing is required. What is that? Windows installation disk. If you have that CD with you, you can run this Windows in any of the hardware. Third one, what you see is what you get. Whatever is seen on the monitor, you will get it as a printout. If you take a printout, it will be the same. There will be no difference. Next is graphical user interface, wherein we can communicate with the computer using this Windows because it's easy to communicate using the graphics. For example, icons, there are picture representations, so we can understand it easily and communicate with the computer. Next, Windows is multi-user operating system because it has many inbuilt programs like calculator, paint and notepad. These are the features of Windows. It's easy to use and what we see is what we get. We can run it on any hardware. Only thing required is Windows installation disk. Next is about starting Windows. So everyone know when we switch on a computer, what will happen? An operating system will load into the computer's memory and this process is called as booting. Once the computer is booted up, what will happen? You will get a screen in front and that screen is called as desktop. This is the picture of desktop. You can see some small pictures on the desktop. Those are called as icons. You have a start button and then you have a taskbar and this is a picture of desktop. Next topic is start button. So everyone know the start button. Where is it present? In the lower left corner of the desktop. So it is the most used button. As we click on the start button, we will get many options along with the live tiles. Now, this is a picture of start button. When you click on start button, you will get many options. Right to that is the live tiles. Next is this PC. This PC means instead of my computer in Windows 7, we call it as this PC in Windows 10. Here, we will have the details of all the computers, hard disk, CD, or if you insert a pen drive, all these things will be shown here. We can find, or if you want to organize, if you want to move, copy files or any folders in a computer, we use this PC folder. So once we open it, this is a window which we get. Here are some parts of this PC window. Now we will see that. First one is back button. When I'm opening a folder, if I want to go back, I will use this back button. If I want to come back to the previous page, I will use a forward button. And on the left side, I will have certain folders. If I want to move up, I will press the up button. There is another option, ribbon. As in Word, you have many view tabs and also tools in the ribbon. Address bar means if you want to find any path of any file or folder, it will be in the address bar. If you want to search any file or folder, you can use the search box. So this is back button, forward button, up button, ribbon, address bar and search box. Next is File Explorer. In File Explorer, it is used to manage the files and folders. Here we will have all the detailed information about the files, folders and drives. And also it is used to create or view or delete if you want to copy, move, rename or search any files and folders. All things we can do in File Explorer. Now we'll see what are the steps to open the File Explorer. We have to click on the Start button. Once you click on the Start button, you will get many options. There you have to choose File Explorer. So this window will get opened. Now we will see what are the parts of this window. So we have one left pane. Left pane, there will be many details of all the file and folder locations. Right pane shows the content of the folder which you have selected in the left pane. Then we have two buttons at the lower right corner and one button is used for all the detailed information about each and every window in that particular folder. Next, the other one is about the items using large thumbnails, and at the bottom you have a status bar which is used to show us how many number of items are present all together. Next, we will see how to work with these folders. What do you mean by folder? Folder means it is a collection of files. And what is a subfolder? If you have a folder inside a folder, that is called as subfolder. I am creating a folder. Inside that folder, if I have a small folder, it is called as subfolder. Now we will see how to create a folder. First, you have to right click on the blank area in the desktop. Then you will get many options. There you have to choose new. Then again you will get many options. You can choose folder. Then it will appear as new folder by default. Here you can see the picture of that. I just clicked on the blank space and I got a new option. Then I clicked on folder. A new folder will be created on the desktop with the name as new folder. Next, steps to open a file or folder. There are two ways to open a file or folder. First, either you have to double click on the file or folder. Just give a double click. Then it will open. Other ways, you have to right click. Then you will have many options. There you have to select open. See, the first option here is open. When you are clicking on it, it will open whichever file or folder you want to open. Next, what we are going to see is renaming a file or folder. What do you mean by rename? If you want to change the name of the existing file or folder, we use the term rename. So what are the steps to rename a folder? First, you have to right click on that file or folder. Then you will have again many options. There you have to select rename option. Then what will happen? An highlighted area will appear. There you have to type the name, new name, and press on the enter key. This is how it will look like. Right click, you will have an option from the bottom first, that is rename. Just click on that. A highlighted area will appear. You will have to type the name and click on enter. Next part we are going to discuss is copying and moving a file or folder. What do you mean by copying? Copying means it will create a duplicate copy of the file or folder without deleting it from original location. Moving means it will transfer it from original location to a new location. Copying means in both the location the file and folder will be present, new and old, and moving means only in one place it will be present, that is in the new place. Now, how to copy a file or folder? First, you have to right click on the file or folder, click on the option copy, then go to the new location where you want to paste it and give a right click there in the blank area, click on the paste option. What will happen? The new folder will be pasted in the new location. If you want to move a file, what you will do? The same process. Right click. There will be an option called cut. You have to go to the new location. Right click on the blank area and click on paste. So instead, in order to move, you have to use the cut option. In order to copy, you have to use the copy option. See, when I'm clicking, I'll get the options as cut and copy. Whichever you want, you can choose. Then go to the new location, give a right click there. You have the option, third option as paste options. You can click on that and it will be pasted. How to delete a file or folder? So there are some steps to delete a file or folder. First, you have to right click on the file or folder which you want to delete. You will have many options there. Select the delete option from that. Once you select the delete option, the file will move to the recycle bin. Recycle means where all the deleted files will be stored on your computer. Or else you have one more method. You have to just click on the folder and then press the delete key on your keyboard. Even then the file or folder will move to the recycle bin. Now you can see the steps. They have right clicked on the file or folder to be deleted. Then click on the delete option. The file will move to the recycle bin. Now I want to bring the file back to its original position. That is called as restoring. So how to restore the deleted files? This deleted files or folders will be stored in the recycle bin only for temporary purpose. It is not permanently deleted. It can be restored. Restored means it can be brought back to the original position. Now what are the steps? First, you have to double click the recycle bin. The folder will be opened. You can select the file or folder which you want to restore it back to the original position. Once you right click on that, you will find many options. There you have to click on restore option. Once you click on restore option, the file will move to its original location. And now you can close the recycle bin. First you have to double click the recycle bin, select the file or folder which you want to restore. Then you have to right click on the file or folder, select the restore option. The file will go back to its original position. You can see the recycle bin folder here. When I am giving a right click on that, I have an option restore on the top. When I click on that, the file will go back to its original position. There is another one more method. From this recycle bin, I can drag this file and put on the desktop. So first I have to select the file, then I have to drag and drop it on the desktop. So what will happen from the recycle bin? It will move to the desktop. Now next topic is how to arrange the files and folders. Where will be the files and folders present? It will be in the File Explorer window. So there are multiple ways to do that. First, you have to open the File Explorer. Then you have to right click on the blank portion. What will happen? You'll have many options there. Among that, the first option is View. When you click on View, you can see another couple of options like different views. First one is extra large icons. This will display all the files and folders as extra large icons. You can see this picture. The icons are shown as very big. The folders are shown as very big. The icons are extra large. Next view under extra large is large icons. Here it will display the file and folder as large icons. Along with that, they will have a file or folder name. It will be not as big as extra large, but it will be large icons, and the information like file name and folder name will be present. You can see this picture. Next one is medium icons. Medium icons means it will display the file and folder in a medium size with information like again file or folder name. It will not be as big as extra large and large, but it will not be very small also. It will be in a medium size. You can see these files and folders, they are in a medium size. The next one is small icons. The small icons means it will be in a very small icons with the names alone. No other information will be present. So you can see this here. The icons are present with the small names. Just the names are displayed here and no other information will be present. Next view is list view. List view means it is a least detailed view, which means there will be no other information, only it will show the file and folders with just an icon in the left corner. It will just show the file and folder with an icon in the left corner like this. It is showing a folder icon and the name is written there, nothing else. That is a least detailed view. That is a list view. Next view is details view. In detail view, name itself it's there. What is that? It will display the file and folder with several informations like name, date modified, type and size. You can see the folder name. Along with that, the date modified and type and size of the file or folder, everything will be mentioned in the details view. The next view is tiles view. Here also it is a medium size icon along with the information about their type and sizes. Only the type and the size will be present. Along with their name, the type and the size will be present in the tiles view. The next view is content view. Content view means again it will show a list of files and folders in a separate row in which you can see many detailed information about each file and folder. Like what are the informations? Date, time, last modified, type and size. Here you can see on the left side you can see all the names, and on the right side you can see the type and date and time, size, everything is mentioned there. Next is using context menu. Context menu means whenever you are right clicking on any of the icon, you can get many options, and that is called as shortcut menu. It is called as shortcut menu. Now we saw view, new, folder, cut, copy, paste. All those are under shortcut menu. So how will we get these options? When we right click on the blank area of desktop or any other folders or files, we will get these options. Next is a brainstorm part. Which view of File Explorer will you choose to display only the names of files and folders without showing any details? Without showing any details, there is only one view, that is list view. So we will prefer list view for that without showing any details. The computer etiquette mentioned in this unit is, while working on a computer, you should keep your neck relaxed, because to avoid any strain for your neck, you have to practice this.